Assalamu alaikum. It is the first day of Ramadan. So Ramadan Mubarak. It's about almost 3:30 in the afternoon. We had quite a busy morning. I hope you guys are having a very good first day of Ramadan. I'm actually quite excited for it. I was a little bit scared, I think, and anxious of having to fast the whole month with a 10-month-old baby, but I don't think it will be that bad. Me and my husband started fasting on Sunday, so it's been about 3 days now, and I think it's made the transition a lot smoother, and it kind of gave me a glimpse of how the whole month will be. Yeah, so today I was gonna make some rice, and I thought this would be a good dish to complement what I have from yesterday. And yesterday I made some chicken stew, so I have that, and I was gonna just complement that with a side dish as well as another main dish, which I chose to do rice. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna get out our rice, which I don't have any, so let me go grab that. I'm gonna do 2 cups of rice. There's 2 cups of rice, and we're gonna wash it. Okay, so I've just filled the rice with water, and I'm gonna let it sit here for a few minutes while I get the potatoes ready. Okay, so I'm grabbing my potatoes. I think these are russets, and I'm just gonna give them a quick wash, and then we'll start removing the skins. The peeling part is the worst part about, well, it's the prep. Honestly, it takes some amount of time. Like, peeling potatoes is gonna take me a good maybe like 7 minutes to peel properly. Okay, maybe not 7, but it's definitely gonna take a good chunk of time. Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a different Ramadan than last year for me anyway, because last year I was pregnant. I was in my 9th month, and I tried fasting a few days, and it was really hard. I was not able to continue. I think like by the end of the day I was just so fatigued and so tired. I would legit just lay in bed for the last 2 hours. Then the next day would be even more worse, because there wouldn't be enough time to eat and drink water. And so I think I fasted maybe the first 5 days or less, and then I didn't finish. I had to finish all of those fasts late last year and early this year. But yeah, usually like what we do, if obviously it wasn't for COVID, we would have our iftar at home a few days of the week, and then I'd go visit my parents and we'd have it there. And we'd have a few gatherings throughout the week, or more so the month. Like, we'd do one big gathering with this family and one big gathering with that family, and each family would invite their own friends and family, and so like you get to see quite a bit and taste a lot of good food, and honestly it's some things to look forward to. You know that you're going to be going to this person's family and this person's house at like this day, and then you're going to have your own on this day, and so forth. And so it was just a little bit more exciting, I think. You have something to look forward to, and then a night off from cooking. Okay, we're finally done. Okay, so we're going to take the potatoes and we're gonna cut them very small. Okay, so we have our potatoes already, and I'm just gonna wait on cooking them. I'm gonna use the air fryer this time, just because I think it might still come out nice and crispy. But definitely I'm gonna wait until maybe an hour before iftar, just because I want it to be fresh and I want it to stay nice and crispy. And if I get it done now, I think it'll lose that flavor and the texture that I'm hoping for. I took out a cube of Maggi. Honestly, don't know how it's pronounced, but it's just a chicken stock, and I'm gonna use the 2 cubes because I want the rice to be quite flavorful. It would be better if you actually have fresh stock, but I used that yesterday when I made the stew, the chicken stew, and so I can't use that for the rice, so I have to use the pre-made stock. ground beef that is ready. So if you don't have that, just make sure to go ahead and cook your meat and get that all ready and set up for when you cook your potatoes. So my idea is I'll cook the potatoes, get that all ready and fried in the air fryer, and then afterwards I'm gonna make sure this gets defrosted between now and then. And I'm gonna mix them up, add some more spices in a pan, maybe add some raisins and some cashews, and I'll do those ones differently and I'll be sure to show you that as well. And then afterwards when I go to plate it, it'll be the rice, and then on top of that would be the meat and potato mixture, and then on top of that would be the raisin and nuts mixture, and then that would be it. Okay, I'll also show you how I quickly prep the raisins. You want to get your raisins out and portion out how much you want. Now my husband loves raisins, so I'm going to be putting just a little bit more, and I'll show you how much you put. Okay, get your raisins. I think he might be sharing, obviously, so I'm gonna just try to get, I don't know, maybe this is 2 cups, but you're gonna take this and you're gonna fill it with water. Alright, so I filled it to the top, and I'm just gonna let it sit here maybe for 10 to 15 minutes, and they're gonna get nice and fat, and I'm going to fry them afterwards. Okay, I'm also gonna get my cashews. And I'm gonna give them a quick chop. And I put just a little bit of cooking oil in here, not a lot, just a little, just so that it can give it some nice color. And I'm just gonna leave it here and toast them, and then after they're toasted, I'll do the raisins after. I had to wake this one up. He was in his second nap and he had already slept more than an hour. I found that the longer he sleeps in his second nap, the worse he slept at night. I don't really know how accurate that is, but who knows, I guess we'll see how he sleeps tonight. Well, let's go look at the nuts quickly. I added almonds with it just because I thought it'll give it a nice taste as well. Here are the raisins. As you can see, they kind of got a little fat. We're just gonna whisk them quickly, and then the rinse, just put them right in the frying pan again. A little bit of cinnamon, biryani spice, you don't want to cook them for too long. I'd say maybe just a few minutes. And then that's it. I do think the rice is ready. See how it's all standing up? Just give it a quick fluff. Okay, so now the potatoes are done. I did use the air fryer. I'm just gonna add a little tiny bit of oil. I'm gonna take some 7 spice, add that all, and then a little bit of ground pepper, some Garam Masala, that nice and coated. And here's the finished dish. I just added the rice and then the potatoes with the meat and the raisins and the nuts on top. And that's it. Very easy, and hopefully it's good. Okay, so this is the book that I wanted to focus on this Ramadan. I've read it before. This was a few years ago, but I thought it would be a good time to refresh my memory. And I think, prayer, salah is very important. And I do find myself that I'm not focusing as much as I should be. So I'm hoping there will be some good advice in here. And then I also have here my Quran. I have this one here, which is a Arabic and English translation. I'm not really a fan of the way the Arabic is written, as in like the font. Sometimes it's quite hard to read it, but I do like the translation. I like that it's everyday language and it's very easy to understand. And I do find that when I read the Arabic and then I read the English, that it matches very well, and it definitely helps and aids in my learning. Because just reading the Arabic by itself is very hard on me, and I'm not a very fast Arabic reader, and I get discouraged and then I don't want to finish reading. So I found that having something like this with English translations has been very helpful to my learning, and it's definitely very motivating and encouraging, and I feel like I learned quite a bit. Let me see if I can find, here's the exact version I have if you want to look for it. Very good, and I really enjoy it.